Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Unprofessional Breakdown. And this time, I got my man, Storm Bailey, in the building. Brother, what's going on?
What's poppin'? How you feeling?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm living, dude. I'm living. Just got the third one out the way. We're over here. We're getting ready to get back in the training room and get on to another one.
Hey, congratulations, man. You had a dominant victory at Combat Night at Orlando and Guild. Very dominant. What surprised me the most, bro, you had like 100 people there, bro.
Yeah, I definitely got a support system that's through the roof, man. I can't match the energy of that one. I bring scrappy people into the room that aren't even in the cage yet, you know. So it brings a
Yo,
different type of vibe to the room. It's definitely
there
interesting
was
every time.
Hey, your friends, your family, they were wilding out. We need to get you on every Combat Night card because we need their energy. They were hyped up. They even had cutout boards of your face and all that. That
Yeah,
was
man,
dope, man.
yeah, that's my cousin idea. Yeah, they've been rocking all kinds of crazy ideas, and there's more and more they keep throwing at me every time. So this next card I'm jumping on, I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. It's always a surprise for me too, because I never they don't
Oh,
fill
they
me
don't
in the
tell
list
you?
until they get there. Yeah, when they get
Oh
there, it's something
man.
crazy. So as
Nah,
surprised as you guys are, I'm like, holy shit, trying to keep my focus, but
yeah,
they
yeah.
always got something interesting going on. I
I'm gonna
love it.
be I'm gonna be looking out for them too. Like I'm gonna be excited to watch you fight, but I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. I know Storm got family that's gonna be bugging out. They're gonna be wilding out. I
Yeah,
want to know what the hell they up to, man. So you're 3-0 in MMA, brother.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So So tell me a little bit about how you got into MMA in the first place.
I started MMA like around like April of 2018. So I was like a senior in high school. I was a real good wrestler growing up, but I got off the off beaten path a little bit. I was a little misled, and like many, and it was like I wouldn't say washed up, but I messed up my career the way it wasn't supposed to go. So this was more of an outlook on like a restart, And when I started getting into striking, it was like 2018 and everything. It was right after the state tournament. I screwed up my state tournament after I got injured. I got hurt towards the end of the high school career, and I went to college, and I wrestled about my freshman year for about 6 weeks. It was the second semester. They talked me into jumping on Akron. I went to their little national and everything. I lost the blood round, and then right after that, I just fully committed to this MMA thing. But I was also I couldn't stay focused while I was in Ohio, for the most part, because while I was in high school, like I said, I was a little misled, and it seems like once you get on that path, it's hard to get completely back on to where you want to be. So I took
Yeah.
like in a matter of like 3 days, I actually like decided to I decided to take off to Florida. It was really sporadic. It was out of nowhere. I dropped everything I ever knew. I packed my backpack and like I headed to Florida. I had no direction specifically in Florida, but my mom showed me this little pamphlet like that I made maybe in like seventh grade, and I showed how I wanted to be an MMA fighter in Miami, Florida. And it was like, and, it was funny to think about because like back then it was popular, but it wasn't anything like it is now. This really just
Yeah.
started popping off crazy the past few years, and to realize that was something I wrote, it was something I don't know, it just drove me out of nowhere to take off. When I took off, I started in Miami. I came back up to Orlando because it was the start of COVID. Man, dude, COVID was
Yeah.
crazy down in Miami, and I met Paul, and that's where it started to really take off. I'd say that was when MMA started to really take off about a year ago. That was when I
So
buckled down and really like focused on it.
that's a beautiful story, bro, because like after you fought, I was like in my mind, I'm like, I gotta talk to this kid. This dude is awesome. Like I gotta talk to him. And
Thanks,
so
man.
I was like, this little show that I do is all like it's all fun and I do it off the rip. I don't I write stuff down, like I have a board and I write stuff down, but I was thinking about you. I was like, man, what do I want to ask this kid, bro? And you mentioned his name. So you train over at ATT in Orlando with Paul Rodriguez, the legendary Paul Rodriguez
Yes,
in Orlando.
yes,
He's a
sir.
legend in MMA, bro. Like MMA in Orlando, he's an OG for sure, bro. Like he's an
That's
OG
I've
for
heard.
real.
I've heard. Yeah,
So
I
how
hear
how
more and
did you
more.
link up? How you linked up with Paul Rodriguez?
So I actually was like I said, I was coming up from Miami. I was down there for like two
Yeah,
weeks, and I couldn't get a hold of anybody at that coconut thing. Naturally, everybody that hears the American Top Team, they're like, "Oh, Coconut Creek, that's where I want
yeah,
to go." And like, come to realize, like, that's where all the guys go after. Like, like I don't know, they're UFC champ like Masvidal or something like that, and so those guys weren't even paying attention to me when I was trying to contact them. So like I come up north and I see this branch, and I was like, holy shnikers, there's a branch of an American Top Team. That's sweet. So like I check out Orlando to see if it's open. Naturally, it wasn't supposed to be open, but Paul, he was mopping mats in there, and there's this karate gym right next door. And ironically, like I didn't see like the American Top Team. I punched in my address. I saw the karate gym, so I was like, "What in the
Yeah.
world's going on?" But I didn't talk to anybody in Orlando yet about mixed martial arts. So I walked up to it, and Bobby Dixons comes out. He goes, "What's going on, man?" And I was like, "What's happening?" I started shooting the shit with them, telling him what's going on, and I was looking for a coach, some practice to get in. And he goes, "I think you're looking for a coach over here. Let me introduce you to him." So we walk over, and we walk in this gym, and Paul's walk, that badass walk, that strut, comes walking out. He comes walking out of the like his little closet area where he hangs out at, and anyway, he shakes my hand, and like I introduce myself, and he invites me back later, like 7 o'clock. I was like, holy shit, all right, yeah, for sure, let's go. I'm in running shape, you know, not fighting shape. I go in there, I get to go spar with like Eli and Bruno and this Bryant guy and a few other guys. And so I have like straight some killers in there, right out the gate.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
we start flowing around, and for the most part, I got work in, to say the least. And but even though I got beat up a little bit, like Coach Paul liked what he saw and he invited me back. And I don't know. He kind of took me under his wing after a few weeks, and like I
That's
ended
dope.
up staying. I ended up like liking what was going on, and we discussed a few things. And I don't know, man. Like I stayed there longer than a month. I only thought I was going to stay in Florida just to get my head clear. He ended up talking to me, and like I started working with him. And Paul, he doesn't talk much, so it was kind of crazy the fact that like the type of energy he gave off like got to me to where it kept me down in Florida for good. I got to a point where I ran low on money, and I kept it to a point where I was going to sleep in the parking lot of American Top Team for about 2 months or so, like under the radar, not letting anybody know, so I could stay down there and train with him. It's just
Yeah.
the way he looked out for me in the beginning, and how much he was teaching me in such a minimal amount of time. It was really crazy. It felt like a movie. So I took a huge high risk. I was like, fuck it, man. I'm definitely gonna stay here, and I'll do whatever it takes to be able to have a coach like this. This is somebody that will get me to the top. No, it can't be like this forever. If I keep it pushing, something good's gotta come out of it. So I kept it pushing, and slowly but surely things have been coming. I've been building a restart of a life. I've been building a life again, and it's a whole different way of doing so. And because I learned so much up north from like mistakes, off experience, it's helped me a lot. And just having him guide me on top of that has really played a part into some new success. And
That's dope,
I don't
man.
know.
How old are
I'm
you? How old are
excited.
you, Storm?
I'm 22. I just turned 22 in
22.
January. Yeah.
20. Yo, you know what, man? And I relate to you, brother, because younger, my adolescence, I grew up in Miami.
Okay.
It was wild, you know what I'm saying, as a wild
I
child,
heard
but
you. Yeah.
it was the environment. It's always the environment that you're in, you know what I'm saying? My parents did a great job, typical poor, living in the hood and all that. And what saved me was the move to Orlando. So I moved to Orlando, and that saved my life. And I met my wife, graduated high school, and I think I do well for myself right now. You know what I'm saying? And
CMB.
man, I didn't
Yeah.
know that, yo. Like I didn't expect that from you, man. I know you
Yeah.
said in the interview that you're from Akron, Ohio. The first thing that came to my mind was like LeBron James, right?
LeBron, yeah, baby. That's just a kid from Akron. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
the
man, you know what I'm
good
saying?
go.
Like to what you just told me right now is awesome, man. And the fact that, Paul Rodriguez is, took you in, taking you in, guiding you. It's we need people like that in our lives. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like we absolutely do need people like that. So Paul, if you watch this, homie, yo, thank you for taking care of my man Storm, man. That's that's dope, dude. And I love to hear stories like that. That's why I have this little show to talk to people, to see the realism in people. And because we
Yeah.
don't know what's going on with
Yeah, you
people,
never
you know what
know.
I mean? And you know, that's dope, man. That's very, very dope. So what's next for you, brother? You 3-0 in MMA. What do you got in the cards? If you can share, if you don't want to share, then that's cool.
Nah, I believe we're looking for like, I mean, whatever's next is next, but I believe they told me after the fight that we could get a little title shot. in July 24th or something like that. So it looks like we're gonna run that as long as that's
Yeah.
in play. I think we're gonna say yes to that and see who's my opponent. I never really look too deep into that portion. I keep that up to my coach. I usually find out who I'm fighting whenever they post the card. It's better for like a mental capability. Like I don't, if I don't know who you are, I don't really worry. I mean, it's just a human nature. If you know
Yeah.
of somebody, it builds hesitation. Just like, if someone tells you they're a wrestler, or someone tells you you're a striker, or somebody tells you you're a jiu-jitsu guy, we're gonna hesitate on that aspect for what reason? Because you heard he was decent at that. I'm just gonna fight
Yeah.
my game, and my coach is worried about a certain thing we need to work on. He'll work it into our play. I trust Coach Paul more than anything. So if there's nothing to worry about, there's nothing to worry about. We're just gonna fight my fight. But until then, I'm just out fighting another guy. So I'm really excited for that one. It should come
Damn.
out. We should come out on top. I'm looking forward to it. This ball we got rolling is pretty heavy, so it's gonna be hard to stop it.
That's dope, man. You know what?
Uh,
And I think you deserve a title shot. You're 3-0. You're very exciting. Dominating fashion. You're winning these fights. So absolutely, why not fight for Combat Night for the title?
yeah.
135 pounds, right?
Yes, sir. And Combat Night's such a kick-ass promotion, dude. Like, it's actually really
Yeah.
cool how well of a show they put on, especially at the amateur
It
level. It's
it took
really
it
cool.
took years. It took years, man. I remember when they
Yeah,
first came to Orlando, like the first cards and all that stuff. I was a part of them, so my relationship with them is a little bit different than everybody else's. And to where they are now, where they got people like me commentating and Ramsey White commentating, it's cool because when I was fighting for these cats, I was like, shit, that's not fair that these younger guys got people commentating. I want people to commentate for me too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah, for
that's
sure.
dope,
The way
man.
you
So
guys do
what?
it is really cool because my buddies back up north, they all buy those pay-per-view, and they tell me
Oh,
about
dope.
how like there's actually announcers and like it's
Yeah.
always fluent. And it's not like no pauses. There's always energy. It's just like a little mini UFC, like it's kind of cool to hear about. They're always talking about that. They're having grill out sessions up north. They're making it a cool little thing, like kickback
Damn.
party. And you guys really follow
Hey.
through with the show, so you guys are helping
All
out those
right. Hey.
little things.
Hey, people in Ohio, Akron, Ohio, what's good, man? What's going on? That's dope. You know what? And a lot of people, from Texas. There was a guy from Texas there. Show love to folks from Texas and all that in Ohio and all that. And it's good to where Combat Night was to where they are right now to where they're gonna go. Right. A lot of cats
Dude,
they
they're
continue
growing,
and
man.
then they continue and they end up in the UFC, they end up in Invicta and Bellator and PFL and all that. So you seem like you got a good head on your shoulders, man. And you know what? I'm a fan of yours, bro. Keep rocking and keep going. What does your
Means a
camp
lot to me, man.
consist of? What does your camp consist of? Like when
It
you wake
seems
up?
it seems like we're growing more on our camps as we go. At first, it seems like Coach Paul was testing me out a little bit. He's going to see how much I was going to show up on my own, and and see how much I truly wanted to train for my fight, and see how much effort I was really going to put forward before he started like really investing that into me. So first fight was more show up on class time. If you want to actually work, we got actual work. But outside you can run. Just let's see what you do. And then the second one, we buckle down a little bit more. Hey, show up. We can show up at this time, this time, this time. We do a little extra work. And then third fight got a little deeper. Now this time he's actually gonna make me a schedule out. Like it's cool. I'm earning
That's dope.
I'm earning my camp, I guess. If that makes sense. So I'm
No,
finally
that makes
getting to a
perfect
point where
sense.
yeah. So I'm to a point where I'm actually earning like a perfect, like a little professional camp as an amateur. So to see me on this next card, I'm excited myself because I don't even know what's gonna happen. The way I go into fights, I feel things out. So I mean, I don't know how you're gonna tie me up, and I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna do. So that's the cool thing about me. It's always
Man.
something like it's something new that's gonna happen, and I'm always in store for it too. So it's always something to look forward to. That's why I like to fight a lot too, like quick as I can. Because man, that rush is not only the rush is one thing, but like the performance part is a whole nother. And it always comes out to play in the moment.
Yeah.
So living in the moment, baby. That's how we're running it, and
Hey, and
that's
you know what? This is a time where you learn, man. You learn and you capitalize on mistakes. You get better and better and better and shit. In no time you'll be a pro, right? And then
yeah,
who knows what happens from there. Storm, keep it up. But man, I don't
yes,
want to
sir.
keep you up, man. Thank you for talking to me. Bro, keep it up. Storm Bailey, where can we find you, bro? You on social media, Instagram,
Yeah,
Facebook?
man. Storm Bailey .1 on Instagram. If you guys want to give me a follow, that'd be sweet. I like to keep the entertainment going. This is just a start, so let's keep this ball rolling and jump on the bandwagon. Let's keep it rolling, baby. I'm excited.
Yeah. Awesome, man. And while I'm editing, I'll put all the pictures up and all that stuff. Storm Bailey, thank you very much, brother. Thank
Thank you,
you,
man.
thank you,
I
thank you. And I'm
appreciate you.
looking forward to seeing you. And man, you know what? I'm a pray and I'm a throw your hat in the title fight and get you that title fight, brother. You
That
deserve it,
means a
man.
lot to me, brother. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you for
All right,
having me.
brother. Thank you, man. Have a good night, homie. Good night,
All
y'all.
right, bro.
Peace.
Yep.